our game with St. Joe's, but hopefully good and ready to go today. He's averaging just under 5 points, just under 5 rebounds per contest. And then the final player in the starting five for Mike White's Bulldogs, Mardrez McBride, a 6'2 guard, fifth-year player, transfer from junior college and then from North Texas. He is from Augusta, Georgia. And McBride this season averaging 5.2 points a game, a couple of rebounds per contest, trying to get that three-point shot to drop. He shot 40% in his career at North Texas. Right now at Georgia, just 6 of 25 on threes, 24%. So the starting five for Georgia, again, Terry Roberts, Kyron Lindsey, Cario Oquendo, M.A. Moncrief, and Mardrez McBride. For the UAB Blazers, head coach Andy Kennedy in his third season there, the former Ole Miss head coach. He spent 12 years in Oxford with the Rebels. Also was a one-year interim head coach at Cincinnati, his 16th year on the bench as the boss. His overall record, 318 and 185. His record in entering his third season at UAB is a very fine 52 and 16. They're off to a 3-1 start this year. UAB 27 and 8 last season, made the NCAA tournament out of Conference USA, and they were winners over South Florida last night, 80-65 to get to this point. And their starting five will be Ladarius Brewer, a 6'5 transfer from started his career at Southeast Missouri State, then to East Tennessee State. He's from Meridian, Mississippi, averaging 11 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. Eric Gaines, another transfer. He's from LSU. He's from Lithonia, Georgia, 6'2 guard, 165 pounds. A sophomore averaging 11 points as well, 3.5 rebounds per contest, leads the team in assists with 23 so far this season. KJ Buffin, another transfer, 6'8", 230 pounds. He's a senior, transfer from Ole Miss. His hometown is Gainesville, Georgia. He's also averaging 11 points, the team's leading rebounder at 8.3 per contest. Then there's Jordan Jelly Walker, and he's a guy to watch out for, the Conference USA Player of the Year last season. He is the leading scorer on this Blazers squad, averaging 23 points a game. Walker, 5'11", 170-pound senior, a transfer from Seton Hall and then Tulane. He is from Long Island, New York. And the final player in the UAB puzzle is Trey Jemison, another transfer. Surprise, surprise. 6'11" and 260 are his numbers. He played at Clemson previously before transferring to UAB. His hometown is Birmingham, Alabama. He averages 8 points and 6 rebounds per contest. So Ladarius Brewer, Eric Gaines, KJ Buffin, Jordan Walker, and Trey Jemison for the Blazers. In this, the 5th all-time meeting between Georgia and UAB. We've got it coming up for you in just a few moments here in the championship game of the Summer Slam, the Sunshine Slam. It's not summer. Sunshine Slam here at Daytona Beach.
You want it to be, don't you?
I do. It just comes off the tongue a lot better. Yes, we'll be back to Daytona Beach in just a moment here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Starting lineups being announced here in the building for both Georgia and UAB. And it's time now for our keys to the game, driven by Ford F-150. Check out Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs, at your local Ford dealer. Here's Chuck with our keys. Chucky.
All right, Scott, first thing is, look, we got to defend inside because they're big. We got to defend outside because they can shoot. And we got to defend in transition because they can run.
I see where you're going with
Yeah,
this.
so we got a defensive challenge in front of us here today, and we're going to have to defend the basketball. Secondly, we got to understand the clock. The way they wrote up the rules for this game is it's 40 minutes long. They have two 20-minute halves. You can't play one and not play the other. You got to play them both, and we need to play them both with intensity today to get out of here with a win. If we try to do what we did last night, where we played with a lot of intensity the first half, not so much the second, we're going to leave here very disappointed. And then finally, you know, it's done nothing but rain here at the Sunshine Slam. And winning this championship, that'd be just a little ray of sunshine for us to leave Daytona with today, and for that I would be very grateful.
All right, I agree with that. Georgia in red today, and UAB will be wearing the old gold. And before we tip it off, let's pause for station identification here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Our opening tip today brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal with expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more. You can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. So the Dogs walk off the bench to the center circle. It'll be the freshman Kyron Lindsay in the center circle to jump it off for the Dogs.
Look at the difference in size when they come out of the floor.
They come out with Jemison at 6'11" and 260. He'll be in the center circle for the Blazers. Old gold and a little bit of green trim. Georgia in red with a little bit of white and black trim. And there's the toss and the tap controlled by UAB. We are underway here in Daytona in the championship game. Blazers with the ball first as they work on the right end of the floor here as we watch it. The Dogs open up in a man-to-man defense. They go into Jemison. And immediately he's called for an offensive foul. He caught Lindsay in the head when he was twisting that big upper torso to swing the ball around.
Well, that's something George had spotted on film, that he liked to spin to that baseline. Lindsay had it played. I don't think that they meant to get hit with that he meant to hit him with that elbow up high.
No, they didn't even review it.
Yeah.
Usually in a situation like that, they'll go to the monitor, but they did not. Kyron.
It wasn't necessary. He didn't. It was clearly an accident.
Trying to shake off the effects of that. Georgia takes over possession of the basketball now after the foul on UAB. Roberts with the ball. Step back three on the right side. He throws up an air ball, falls down into the UAB bench. And the Blazers with the rebound. Here's Walker, who made 1,000,000 shots in the pregame. He misses that three right there. Georgia gets the rebound on the miss. McBride down the lane. And right up off the glass for an easy layup in the first 2 points of the contest.
Did he pass that to himself? I think he threw it ahead and then caught up to it and laid it up.
That would be traveling, wouldn't it?
I don't think so. The way he did it, I don't think it was.
Blazers miss a three by Ladarius Brewer, but there's big Jemison for the rebound and the putback right at the basket. So we're tied at 2.
So the ball bounced on the floor. He tossed it ahead. The ball bounced on the floor, and he caught up to it and laid it up.
Cario misses a three from the left wing. UAB saves it in, but Lindsay picks it off for Georgia. And now there's a goaltend by big Jemison. He blocked Lindsey shot away as it was coming down over the cylinder. And a goaltending call on UAB. Give Lindsey the basket, and Georgia has a 4-2 lead. Eric Gaines from Lithonia, Georgia, the transfer from UAB, brings it into the front court for the Blazers. Now it's Ladarius Brewer. Going to work the ball around the perimeter. Gaines has got it back. Big Jimison setting screens out front for the guards. Gaines fadeaway 2 on the right baseline. Won't go. Offensive rebound, UAB. Big Jimison. Now they go back inside to him. He catches. He hops to the basket. He lays it up, and we foul him. We touched him there somewhere. If you're going to foul him, you got to get your money's worth. Count the basket for Trey Jemison, the Clemson transfer.
Well, there was a switch there, and Terry Roberts got stuck with Jemison, which is, well, it's 6'11" versus, well,
not 6'11".
Yeah, 6'3".
Roberts with the foul, his first of the game, team's first. And Jemison at the line, big right-hander. And a lane violation, so they wave off the shot. The free throw was missed anyway, but a lane violation on UAB, so Georgia takes possession. 4-4 contest here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Just underway, a little more than 2 minutes in to our championship game here in this bracket. Cario Oquindo dribbles between the circles. Now dribbles with the left hand and drives left, hands off to McBride. Down on the block, he dragged his pivot foot and called for the travel. Mardrez McBride trying to get into the lane, was looking for a pass, but dragged the feet, and we turned it over.
You know, that's one of those calls. You could virtually make that call every time somebody stops quickly with a basketball.
Blazers with it back. Gaines fires a long cross-court pass to K.J. Buffin, the Ole Miss transfer. Jump stop in the paint right in front of the basket, and the 6'8" forward puts it up and in. UAB with their first lead, 6-4, 17:23 on the clock here. Underway early in the first half. Oquindo holds high left wing for the Dogs, tosses it back to M.A. Moncrief. Soft toss to him between the circles. He's going to put it on the floor, spins down the right edge of the lane, into the paint, scoops it up and in. It rattles home. Moncrief with the points, tied at 6. Blazers push it up in a hurry. Defense trying to scramble around the basketball. They go back inside to the big guy, matched up with Lindsey, and Jemison has his way with us and scores again on an easy layup.
Look, if you got a gun, you shoot it, and they got one inside there with that kid. I mean, that's such a mismatch for us underneath. If they can get the pass in, you know, the likelihood is they're going to score.
Only had 7 in the win over South Florida yesterday. 7 points, 4 rebounds. He's already got 6 points now, and he just gets the rebound there on the miss by Oquindo on the drive. Blazers basketball out of Conference USA. Little Walker, foul line extended left. His 2 rattles out. And the rebound to the Dogs. Jelly Walker, good player, but he's 0 for 2 so far. Floater on the other end by Roberts going towards the basket is good. Released out of his right hand. Terry gets his first points of the game. We're tied at 8. Approaching 16 minutes to play here in half number 1. Blazers possession. Walker off a curl left side. He strokes it home that time. And there's a 3 ball by Jordan Jelly Walker. 11-8. UAB takes the lead there. Roberts in the front court for the Dogs. Passes over to Mardrez McBride. A shot fake. Got Eric Gaines awkward defensively, and he ends up fouling Mardrez with his leg. They run into each other. Gaines called for the foul for UAB, and that'll get us into a timeout with 15:41 to go in half number 1. Blazers lead the Dogs by 3. It's 11-8 early on here in Daytona. Back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
New season, new coach. Sometimes it's best to change direction and get a fresh start. I'm Kenny Mullins for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. If you're in construction, maybe you need a new start too. Come join our team of over 5,000 electrical workers. Better pay and benefits, superior training, and safer working conditions with an army of people who have your back. Visit IBEW613.org and click Join Our Team. Go Dogs!
Hey, Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. And StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. UAB 11, Georgia 8 at the first, at the under-16 timeout. Our referees today are Steve Anderson, Tony Meeks, and Matt Rafferty. Georgia off the bench, and will sub in Braylon Bridges, first time into the game, along with Justin Hill, who had a nice game yesterday in the win over St. Joseph's last night, 12 points for Hill, the Longwood University transfer. Dogs spread the floor a little bit. Hill at one side of the floor, Roberts all the way on the other. Carrio's in the far right corner. He's asking for the ball. Roberts splits the defense, kicks it out to him. Here comes a three. Carrio off the rim, no good. Bridges, forceful rebound, tried to go back under. Ball hit the underside of the rim. He was too deep. UAB going to take that rebound and run it out and score a running layup with Taven Lovin for the Blazers to make it 13-8.
We mentioned transition defense, and we just didn't get it back there fast enough. They've gone to a zone now, which means we're going to probably be looking for that outside shot.
Roberts drives inside through the paint, throws it on the block. It's deflected and stolen by UAB. Walker down the lane and lays it up, spins it off the glass from the right side. Jelly Walker. He's got 5 now, and UAB extends the lead. They've scored 7 straight. It's 15-8. Long three. Hill brings some rain. Hill with a three. A Scana Energy three. Deep on the right side.
Well, his last 2 threes have come at opportune times for us. Well, the one last night that he finished with kind of put the dagger into our opponents last night at St. Joe's, but this one certainly helped stop the bleeding a little bit for us.
Indeed it did. Walker for 3. Too deep over Moncrief. Rebound the Dogs. Hill out of the pack with it into the front court left to Moncrief down on the baseline. He slides under the basket and dunks it with 2 hands. M.A. with a dunk. 15-13. Here come the Dogs back after a 7-0 run by UAB. The Dogs have scored 5 straight to make it 15-13. 13:48 remaining, first half. Gaines fakes right, drives left, goes by Hill, lays it up with the left hand with the tap off the glass. Eric Gaines, the LSU transfer, with his first points of the contest. 17-13, UAB leads the Dogs by 4. M.A. has it at the elbow, gets it out of trouble, back to Hill straight away. Over to Roberts on the wing, now feed the post and Braylon Bridges. He's trying to bump inside, and he does so against Davis. Squares up right in front of the basket with that sweet little short jump hook with the left hand. Bridges with his first points. They feed their big guy on the left block. He spins and throws up an air ball over the rim. That's Javian Davis at 6'9" and 265. Dogs rebound the miss. Down 2. Oquendo for the lead. Good! He got a 3 in the left corner. And we got a flop. We got a flop called on UAB. Oquendo's 3, a Scana Energy 3, our second of the half.
That should give the Dogs a lead, right? I mean, the flop doesn't negate the shot because play continues.
And we'll get a free throw to boot. So, yeah, it's 18-17 plus a free throw for the Dogs, and Terry Roberts will shoot the free throw.
I think the scorer's table was a little confused for a minute there.
Free throw is good for Roberts. 19-17 now, Georgia. So the Dogs on a quick 11-2 run here to take the 2-point lead. UAB now with Ty Brewer in the ballgame, the brother of Ladarius Brewer, who's on the floor as well. And Georgia subbed in Jabri Abdur-Rahim. Inside, they work with Davis against Bridges. He dribbles into the paint, spins and shoots, and left it short off the front of the rim. The rebound is knocked high in the air and out of bounds in the right corner by UAB. Dogs basketball.
I'm curious how long they'll stick with Davis before they get Jemison back in there, because he's struggling. Jemison wasn't.
He was not. Scored 6 points quickly. We've got Juice Holt in the game, too. Hill with the ball, one way then the other, and dragged the pivot foot, looking for an outlet to pass to between the circles. Just took an extra step there, and we turn it over. That's 4 turnovers now for the Dogs, only 1 for UAB, but Georgia leads 19-17. 12:15 remaining first half. Jelly off a curl, passes it inside. Pass out is deflected by the Dogs and taken away. Abdur-Rahim got the deflection. Hill has it in the corner for the Dogs. Tries to drive baseline against Ty Brewer at 6'7". Whistle blows on the baseline and a foul is called on UAB. They got a push on Ty Brewer. That's his first. Brewer at 6'7". A double transfer from Southeast Louisiana and then East Tennessee State. He is a senior from Meridian, Mississippi. And we got 2 free throws coming for Justin Hill for the Bulldogs. Hill from Houston, Texas, 6 feet, 185 pounds. Shoots with the right hand, and he misses the foul shot off the back of the rim. Dogs were rock solid yesterday in their free throws, over 80% for the game. And 1 for 2 to start this afternoon's contest. Hill, free throw, good, made the second one. He's got 4, and the Dogs' lead grows to 3, 20-17, Georgia in front. Ty Brewer with the ball, guarded by Jabri. Swing it left to Gaines, catch and shoot 3, won't go. Rebound right to Hill on the left wing, and a whistle and a foul will stop play and stop the break by Georgia.
I think they got Jabri.
They did, a hold. Abdur-Rahim called for the hold on the breakout. And that's going to get us into a timeout, under 12 timeout with 11:46 to go. In half number 1, it's Georgia 20, UAB 17. Back to Daytona in the Sunshine Slam Championship game right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more, a gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures, and of course he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday season, BMW is turning give and take into take and give. Take delivery on a new BMW at your local BMW center now through November 30th, and we'll give 200 meals to families in need through Feeding America. Plus, right now, you can also take advantage of a credit of up to $3,250 on select models. Take delivery, give 200 meals. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. It looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Back here in Daytona, along with Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard with you courtside. Our producer-engineer is the road dog Adam Gillespie, Luke Nadkarni in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. The gang's all here and watching Georgia lead UAB by 3 here in the first half. 20-17, Dogs in front and currently on a 12-2 run to take that 3-point lead. Big Jemison is back in the game now for UAB. And they run a play for Gaines as he runs from the left side into the paint off one leg, hops and shoots and floats it up in there. A little teardrop action from Eric Gaines for his second basket to make it 20-19 Dogs. Georgia with the ball, and Juice Holt handles the dribble right now. First to the left side, then back to the right, gives it over to Hill. Crossover from Hill. Drives and kicks for the 3. Jabri in the right corner for 3. Abdur Rahim with a scan of 3 to make it 23-19. 11:04 to go first half. Georgia by 4. That's the largest lead of the half for the Bulldogs. Gaines goes to the big guy. Jemison left of the lane trying to bump and grind his way against Bridges. Braylon holds his own. He takes the hook shot from 12 feet just inside the foul line, and it rims out. No good. Dogs with the rebound. Hill going to work against UAB action. Drops it off on the bounce to Bridges. Hole! Fakes to the baseline, spins into the paint, and a jump hook. Braylon Bridges. Bridges has 4, and that was over the big guy. The Dogs extend the lead to 6, 25-19. The bench is barking over there. 25-19, Dogs by 6.
Braylon came to play today.
Good to see. Long way to go here in this one with better than 10 minutes still remaining. Gaines weaves his way around bodies, lobs it to the big guy, Jemison. We push him in the back, Juice, as he had an open layup, and Holt commits the foul to prevent the shot, and Jemison will have to go to the line to earn it there, and the first foul of the game on Holt is the team's third foul. Jemison to the line for 2. Trey Jemison 6'11" and 260 for UAB. Transfer from Clemson. He is a big body. Free throw by the big right-hander is all net. Good. He's got 7 points to lead everybody this afternoon. Time to go in the huddle with Chuck Dowdle, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. During that last time out, Chuck had a chance to go into the Georgia huddle, and what were they talking about, Chuck?
Well, first off, I had to hike all the way over here and all the way back. I almost forgot, But first thing he said was we've got to do a better job of getting back in transition. That was number 1. And number 2, they've got us a little bit too expanded on defense. He wants us to get into our gaps better on defense.
Jemison misses the second foul shot off the back of the rim. 5-point Georgia lead as the Dogs rebound the free throw miss. Push it up into the front court left. Bridges from the elbow lobs it back to Terry Roberts, who's back in now. We've got Roberts, McBride, Oquendo, Bridges, and Abdur Rahim. Jabri in the left corner waiting for a 3-ball perhaps. Cario stops the dribble top of the key, feeds McBride over to Roberts.
Whoa.
Oh, that 3-ball missed by 5 feet to the right. Just a terrible shot by Terry Roberts. Caught in the air by UAB, an easy takeaway. Buffin drives from the right side into the paint, leans in for contact, misses the leaner. Georgia rebounds his miss right in front of the bucket. McBride's got it for the Dogs. Mardrez dribbles and works, waiting for a screen from Bridges, fires it out front to Oquendo. Cario sends it back to his right to McBride. Scoop it down low on the bounce to Bridges. Baseline jumper for 2 from 12, won't go. Hit the far side of the rim, and the rebound taken by the Blazers. Andy Kennedy, the head coach, screaming instructions from the bench behind his team. Walker drives, curled around left side, got to the baseline and under the basket and floats it up and in.
He's quick, and if he gets just a little bit of just a fraction of space on you, you're toast unless you got a lot of room to catch up to him.
UAB still in that zone, a 2-3 zone, and Dogs lead down to 3, 25-22. Jabri's 3, a deep one, is in and out. Braylon Bridges with the rebound, and the putback rattles it home right under the bucket. And Braylon suddenly off the bench with 6 points here in the game today. Bridges only played 4 minutes, a total of 8 minutes the last 2 games, Chuck. But as you pointed out, he's playing with a lot more energy and emotion today.
Well, he's got a challenge underneath there.
Jumper challenged by Gaines. Georgia contested the shot, and Gaines missed it from the right side.
Yeah, Martrez McBride did a good job getting up in the air and challenging that shot.
Georgia by 5, 27-22. Roberts dribbles for the moment into a double team and then pulls it wisely back out to the center circle where he'll reassess. Bridges with a screen and roll. Roberts feeds him the ball on the bounce, works against Jemison. Head fake, scoop shot on the left side. Look at Braylon Bridges right over the big guy again. He's got 8. Bridges, magnificent play. And he's being mobbed by the team as they go into the timeout.
Well, you know why? Andy Kennedy wanted that timeout. He's you know how Robert Shaw in Jaws, we got to get a bigger boat. Well, they got to get a bigger guy there.
Braylon Bridges with 8 points. What a run for him. And we've got a timeout here in Daytona. 7:37 to go in the first half. Georgia's pushed it out to a 7-point lead, their largest of the game. It's the Dogs 29, UAB 22 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hey there, UGA fans. This fall, Dunkin' is ready for you to fall hard. So when you hear those leaves rustling and see those pumpkins getting ripe and ready, it's time to eat, sleep, and drink pumpkin at Dunkin'. Take your pick of pumpkin with delicious muffins, munchkins, and donuts, and pair them with a classic pumpkin spice signature latte or the ultra-smooth pumpkin cream cold brew, topped with silky pumpkin cream cold foam, all so you can fall harder. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Dogs by 7, 29-22 over UAB. Let's take a look at the first half recap brought to you by Regions. You can get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card by going to regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Dogs fell behind 15-7, 7-point lead for the Blazers, but since that time, around the 14-minute mark, Georgia's on a 21-7 run to go up by 7, and in part thanks to Braylon Bridges, who came off the bench and supplied 8 points for the Dogs and leads all scores. UAB's 3 by Walker is going to rattle out straight on. They get an offensive rebound, however, with big Javian Davis, a 6'9" forward. Another jump shot rattles out, no good. M.A. Moncrief, the rebound for the Dogs. Georgia wants to run. Over to Oquendo. In the air as he drives. He loses the basketball in the air. It's knocked out of bounds by UAB and Carrio.
Well, he hit hard. He's okay. He's up.
Kind of a slow rollover as he stayed on the floor for just a couple of extra seconds, but now he's up and all right.
Well, it's one of the hazards of being able to jump that high. You know?
Yeah, you have to come down.
You got to come down. There's still gravity.
He can leap. Dogs ball with a 7-point lead. UAB still in the zone, the defensive zone. Roberts drives from the left angle or the right angle, mishandled the ball on the slash through the lane and lost it. UAB with a takeaway. Gaines wanted to shoot the 3 from the right side, slings it inside instead to KJ Buffin, and he'll put it up and around the rim from the right side about 3 feet away. It rolls through for him, and UAB makes it a 29-24 contest. Now Roberts going to get away on the other end for Georgia. Ball was tapped away. Roberts picked it up, drove to the basket, and laid it up, a reverse lay-in for Terry Roberts.
When it was tapped away, a couple of the Blazers went for it. While they were going for it, he scooped it up, went by him, and laid it up. Reverse layup. Nice.
31-24, and now Davis with a lay-in right under the basket. UAB's getting in deep with some deep penetration by the big guys. 31-26 is our score. Jabri going to miss a three on the other end. Quickly, UAB into the front court, pushing it across with Walker. Drives to the basket, just throws up a wild shot, goes straight up and down, caught by Juice Holt. We give it to Roberts, scoops it back to Jabri for three, nicks the front of the rim. M.A. fights for the rebound. In the corner, falls down with it, throws it out. It's intercepted by Jelly Walker. He's off to drive. And now Jabri blocks the shot, and they call a foul on him.
I think they call the foul on Terry Roberts prior to the block shot.
You're right, they did. That's his second. I thought they got Jabri, who came up and blocked the shot and then crashed to the floor right on top of Walker. But the foul was on Roberts, and that's number 2 on Terry. And that puts Walker at the free throw line for UAB. 88% foul shooter, 22 of 25 so far this season.
So that would be good.
That would be good. You are correct. Free throws in the air, and that one is good. Walker now with 8 points. He's the Blazers' leading scorer. Hill comes in now, and Roberts goes out after picking up his second foul for the Dogs. Lindsey's getting ready to check in, too, for Georgia. Walker's second free throw, all net for the second time. Now he's got 9, and the lead for Georgia is 3, 31-28 with 5:34 remaining in the first half. And Lindsey comes in for Jabri Abdur-Rahim. Hill will push it across the timeline from right to left. Into the corner to Cario, to M.A. Moncrief. Hops into the paint, contact, lost the ball. Collected on the wing by Holt, fortunately for Georgia. Shot clock continues at 12. Holt with a drive with a left hand, fading to the baseline, misses the jumper. There
nice
for the rebound.
Cleanup.
Lindsey in the putback with 2 hands. Good.
That was a really nice cleanup. He had good position, and he just took it off the glass and put it right back in.
Yeah, you got the board and the basket. 33-28, Georgia by 5. UAB with the ball. Buffett launches a 3 straight on. In and out, no good. Rebound to Lindsey for the Dogs. Feeds Hill at half court to Oquindo, to M.A. down on the baseline. They move the ball around left wing. Juice Holt spins, dribbles behind the back, can't shake Walker, goes up the wing to Hill, back near the half-court line. Shot clock nearing 10. Hill dribbles in, close range, shoots from the left edge of the lane and banks it in good. Justin Hill with his second field goal of the game. He's got 6 in the half. Georgia's 35. UAB is 28.
You know what? UAB keeps making these mini runs, and the Dogs answer with a mini run.
Lovin pushes it inside to the big guy. Davis dribbles it 3 times. He's double-teamed on the block, and he loses the basketball. The officials had to look at each other. They say one of the Georgia players got a hand on it and stripped it away, so it's going to be UAB's ball with 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Those officials are always looking at each other.
Did you see it?
Did you see
it? No,
it?
did
I
you
didn't
see
see
it?
it.
Okay, make a call. All right, UAB ball. Braylon Bridges back in.
Now, Braylon with 10 points in 56 minutes of play in the first 5 games, 8 points in 8 minutes today.
Walker off a curl on the inbounds. 3 ball good. He was open for the shot, and he made us pay for it. 12 points for Jordan Walker now. 35-31, and the Dogs throw it away.
Well, that's miscommunication.
Cross-court pass from the right side went sailing well over the press table here and into the seats on the left side of the floor.
It was meant for Cario Oquindo in the corner. The problem was Cario had just started. He was cutting in on the baseline. He thought he was going to catch a pass going across the lane.
We've got a timeout after that Georgia turnover. 3:56 remaining in the half. Dogs lead by 4, 35-31 over UAB. We'll come back for more of the championship game of the Sunshine Slam here in Daytona Beach, Florida, right after this. Bulldogs Sports Network.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
When you bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive, you could save money, but it doesn't cover any terrible memories living rent-free in your head.
Hey, I noticed it's been a few minutes since you thought about when your quarterback ran into his own teammate and fumbled, technically forcing his own fumble, and then the other team took it in for a score, and then you couldn't turn on the TV for a month without being constantly reminded of the time your quarterback sacked himself and fumbled.
Sorry, we can't save you from that memory, but we could save you money bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Renters insurance and bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
Time to spotlight the first half's best in-game stats, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. And the stat for Georgia that jumps off the monitor right now is our shooting percentage, 56%, Chuck, 15 out of 27. UAB is not a bad percentage at 46%, but the Dogs are hitting at a high clip right now.
And a lot of those shots we're getting in pretty close. That was thanks to Braylon, who was terrific underneath and is still in the game for us. So, let's keep pounding it inside. If we can get those little short-range shots and they're falling for us, let's keep it going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Dogs by 4. I agree with that. UAB brings it up the length of the floor, left to right. Jelly walks it off or drops it off on the bounce to Lovin. Back to Jordan off a curl right side. One of our guys got popped. That was Cario. Long three, no good. Rebound, Lindsey. Check on Oquindo, see if he's all right. He was grabbing at his stomach area. I guess maybe he got an arm in the exchange of players or something. I'm not sure what happened to him. Now the whistle blows down on the baseline, and they're going to call a foul on Buffin for
Buffin.
UAB with a hold
on Lindsey.
That's his first, team's fourth. And it'll be an inbounds play for the Dogs with Justin Hill going to throw it in. Bridges, Hill, Lindsey, Oquindo, and Holt are 5 on the floor. Georgia with a 4-point lead and the ball. Oquindo underhands it over to Holt, pushes it to Hill in the corner. He dribbles it up the right wing on the far sideline, now squares up in the center circle. Dribbles, one hand in the other, fires hard left to Oquindo. Back to Hill with 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot, all right down the lane. It opened up, and then it closed, and he got fouled at the basket. And he'll go to the line. Boy, that lane just opened up, and then 2 big guys converged on him right before he could shoot it with 1 second left on the clock.
Exactly right. It's a smart play because he was either going to finish it at the rim or he was going to be fouled, and they chose the foul. They said, let's see you earn them at the free throw stripe.
So Hill to the line, 71%. Justin free throw, all net. A lot of spin on that ball in his release. He's got 7 points in the half. Hill, a 6-foot guard from Houston, Texas, a transfer from Longwood University. All Big South Conference at Longwood last season. Right-handed shooter, puts it up in the air, and it rolls off the rim, no good. Made 1 of 2. And the Dogs lead is 5, 36-31 over UAB. Blazers ball, they run their motion at the top of the key. Gaines, crossover, now attacks. Kicks out to Jelly Walker, sidesteps the defender, hoists the 3, hits the back of the rim, no good. Holt messed him up with his defense. Dogs run the floor. Oquindo through paint and loses the handle. Touched out by UAB, says the official. Andy Kennedy may want to, now they're going to change. Steve Anderson, the referee, came in and had a discussion with Matt Rafferty, one of the other officials, and they overruled the original call.
Yeah,
to UAB.
I think that's the right call. It looked like it went off of Cario and out of bounds.
So Blazers ball, 2:52 to go first half. UAB trails by 5 to the Dogs. Ball comes into the front court. Walker's got it on the far side. Into the corner to Buffett. He tries to spin into the lane. He almost falls down. Keeps the dribble. Feeds Gaines head of the key. Eric Gaines, the transfer from LSU, drives down the lane and off one leg, jumps high and floats it in there good. And Mike White calls a timeout for Georgia. We'll stop the clock with 2:34 to go. Gaines' basket makes it a three-point game here in Daytona. 36-33, Georgia by 3.
Georgia playing with a lot of intensity and playing well. I mean, I've been real pleased with this. If they continue to play like this, could go all 40 minutes, we could get out of here with a trophy.
Or a bracelet, or I think Adam said he's getting a ring after this.
Well, I don't know, he's going to be disappointed because I've seen the trophy.
Might be a Dakota ring or something like that. 3-point lead for the Dogs. We were down early by 7 at 15-8. And then that's when Georgia went on a 21-7 run over about the next 7 minutes of the game. We took a 7-point lead ourselves, so each team has been up by 7. And Georgia in front, trying to stay that way in the last 2:34 of the half, going to the locker room with a lead. Dogs will have the ball, will inbound with who? Kyron Lindsey will throw it in. And Hill in the backcourt to receive the entry pass. And Justin Hill will trot it across the timeline. Fire it into the far corner to Juice Holt. They double him. He spins away along the baseline to Lindsey. He dunks it, but they whistle out of bounds. I think he stepped out of bounds right in deep right corner, right in front of the UAB bench.
They called an offensive on Lindsey, on number 2 for Georgia.
Okay.
I guess he hooked as he, to get the momentum. I didn't see it. I didn't have a good view of it from here.
That's his first and the team's 5th with 2:17 to go. That's a turnover for the Dogs. Gaines attacks on the right end of the floor, floats it up and in from the right block for UAB. It's a 1-point Georgia lead now. Oquendo quickly attacks on the other end. Wild shot in close range. Fights for the rebound. Gets it. Put back. He's fouled. Good work by Cario down there to stay aggressive. Missed the shot, got the rebound, missed the second one, but got fouled in the act, so he's going to the line for 2 shots with 2 minutes to play. Half number 1, Georgia 36, UAB 35. And Oquendo to the line for the first time in the game. He's got 3 points this afternoon. Free throw number 1 is too deep, back rim, no good. Oquendo on the year, 79% from the stripe, was 6 of 7 from the free throw line in last night's win over St. Joseph's.
He had some clutch free throws for us in that second half, and we were trying to hold off the run that St. Joseph's was making.
Second free throw by the Titusville, Florida native is good. 37-35, Dogs by 2. And Gaines got behind our defense, goes up high for a one-handed hammer. He dunks it home to tie the ball game at 37.
I'm not sure how that happened. We had all our guys kind of gathered in the middle. He just went right around them.
Defensive pressure amped up by UAB in the half court. Dogs trying to spread the floor a little bit. Hill with the dribble. Bridges is in the game along with Oquendo, Lindsey, and Holt. 12 seconds on the shot clock, 90 seconds to go in the half. Hill with a basketball, 7 to shoot. They're chasing him with 3 guys as Hill drives left side and loses the handle on the sideline with 3 UAB players in pursuit of it. They forced the turnover there by Justin Hill, and we get the ball back and a chance to take the lead.
Scott, we totally lost our composure. They did amp up the pressure, and we lost our composure.
37 all. Eric Gaines scoring the last few baskets for UAB to tie this contest with 84 seconds remaining in the half. Georgia will get Frank Anselm into the ballgame, the 6'10 Syracuse transfer. His first action, I believe, of the half. And Jabri is back in. We go to the 1-3-1. Ty Brewer, foul line jumper just inside of it by a step, actually, and he floats up the 14-footer good. His first points, and UAB back in the lead, 39-37. Holt trapped near half court, able to get the ball, a little side pass over to Hill. 56 seconds to go in the first half. One-handed push by Hill to the right wing to Holt. Back over to Hill, he's doubled. feet. Juice puts it on the floor, drives to the basket, takes a man with him. They call a block foul. The shot is good, around the rim and good. And a blocking foul on one of their big guys, Javian Davis. That'll put Holt on the line for a three-point play.
He got over in front of him. He just didn't get set.
First points of the game for Juice. And he's going to the line for a three-point opportunity. The Alabama transfer from Tacoma, Washington. 82% from the line this season, 9 of 11. Tied at 39. Less than a minute to go in the first half. And Holt can put the Dogs in front again if he hits the foul shot. And he does. 40-39, Dogs by a point over UAB. The Blazers average 92 points a game. The Dogs only allow 64 points a game. Both teams nearing 40 here in the first half. Walker with a ball. Jump pass into the corner. Brewer, jumper baseline. Good. Ty Brewer, the 6'7 transfer from ETSU, hits an 18-footer right in front of our bench. That puts the Blazers in front by one, 41-40. Shot clock is off. Dogs can hold for the final shot of the half. 12 seconds to go. Hill dribbles a yard inside the half-court line. Now he goes to work with 7 seconds. Hill floats it up and in against the double team. 2 seconds to go. UAB inbounds. They hoist a long beyond the half-court line shot. Hits the top of the backboard and bounces away, no good. That's the end of the half. And that shot by Hill puts the Dogs in the lead going into the locker room, Chuck, 42-41.
Hey, halfway home and we got a lead. I'm happy with that. This is a talented team we're facing today that can do a lot of good things on the basketball court, and we are so far stymieing them from doing what they love to do, get it in deep and dunk it. Or hit that long three, and we've done a great job defensively. Maybe not as good as we'd like offensively, except in that stretch where we went on that nice run. But you know what? Let's get in, get reorganized, come out and continue to play in this second half. Can't let up. You're up by a point, Dogs. Let's hang in there.
20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. Georgia leads UAB 42-41 at halftime of the championship game of the Sunshine Slam here in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime report with our studio host and producer, Luke Nadkarni. He's standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he'll take it away next here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the if in life.
Member FDIC.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures. And of course, he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs, live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's your host, Luke Nadkarni.
Georgia 42, UAB 41 after one half in the Green Light Sunshine Slam championship game. I'm Luke Nadkarni with the Georgia Power Halftime Report as we begin a check of the SEC scoreboard. One final, LSU takes down Akron in the Cayman Islands Classic semifinals, 73-58 behind 23 points for Adam Miller, and the Tigers will play for the crown tomorrow afternoon. The first round of the Cancun Challenge, Pitt's 13th ranked Auburn against the Bradley Braves out of the Missouri Valley Conference. That game tips in a little over an hour at 6 o'clock Eastern. And getting underway at 8 o'clock Eastern out in the Maui Invitational. 9 versus 10, Arkansas meets Creighton as the ninth ranked Razorbacks look to book a spot in the final after throttling Louisville by 26 yesterday. Today's halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. At Georgia Power, we know making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow. Georgia Power, building the future of energy today. Georgia 42, UAB 41. We'll come back with more of the Georgia Power Halftime Report right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
365 days a year, just call us up, we'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. As you make, we take great care. Our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When your family just can't wait, you can always count on Shemay.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Luke Nadkarni back with you on the Georgia Power Halftime Report. Georgia 42, UAB 41. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Quick check of the top 25 scoreboard. Light day outside of the SEC in the Maui Invitational. Number 21 Texas Tech hammers the Louisville Cardinals 70-38, holding Louisville to 22% shooting from the field. And also out in Maui, tipping at 10:30 p.m., a battle of unbeatens. The 17th-ranked San Diego State battles number 14 Arizona for the right to play in the title game. The most important score, Dogs 42, Blazers of UAB 41, as we have 20 minutes to play for all the marbles in the Green Light Sunshine Slam. We'll toss it back to Daytona Beach as the Georgia Power Halftime Report rolls on here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Life is full of challengeable moments. One thing no one would challenge, protecting your home and car by switching to Progressive. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
When you bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive, you could save money, but it doesn't cover any terrible memories living rent-free in your head.
Hey, just wanted to remind you of that time your kicker missed the extra point and lost the game. Even though he'd literally never missed an extra point, he chose this playoff game to miss. Yeah, I just noticed you hadn't thought about that in a bit. Wouldn't want you to miss, thinking about it.
Sorry, we can't save you from that memory, but we could save you money bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Renters insurance and bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Back here at halftime, Georgia leading UAB 42-41 as both teams just now start to come out of the locker room. Go through some warm-ups before we start the second half. Let's take a look at the first half numbers. And this 1-point Georgia lead, it's brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. With expertise in maternity, cancer, heart, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. The Dogs shot a healthy 57% in that first half. 17 of our 30 shots went in. UAB shot 51%. That's a good number as well. 18 of 35 for the Blazers. The Dogs were 3 of 8 on three-pointers, 38%. UAB 2 of 12 on three-point shots, 17%. The Bulldogs put 5 of their 8 free throws in the basket, 63% there. UAB 3 out of 4 from the line, 75%. Dogs had 8 turnovers to 2 for UAB. Points off turnovers, the difference in the first half. UAB collected 12 points off our mistakes. Georgia only 1 point off UAB's 2 turnovers. Rebounding +8 for the Bulldogs. Georgia 20 rebounds to 12 for UAB. Individually, the Dogs are led in scoring by Justin Hill with 9 points, and Braylon Bridges off the bench with 8 points in the first half. The leading rebounder is Kyron Lindsey with 4. For UAB, leading scorer is Jelly Walker with 11. He's 4 for 11 from the field, 2 for 8 on three-point shots. Also, Eric Gaines with a late flurry for the Blazers there in the first half. Finished with 10 first-half points. Those are the only players in double figures. 42-41 is our score. Georgia leads UAB the second half. In the final 20 minutes of the Sunshine Slam for one of these two teams will be the champion. That's coming up next here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Game day is full of ifs. Like if Georgia can take home another national championship title. Who knows? But if you want the most convenient way to pay in Athens, get the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Tap to pay contactless card technology and Lock-It card controls give you what you need on game day or any day. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Back here in the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, getting ready for the second half as Georgia leads UAB 42-41. The Blazers trying for their 4th win in 5 games. Georgia trying for its 5th win in 6 games to start the year.
And Scott, I got to tell you, again, let's see how the Dogs play this second half. Last night, they played the first 20 minutes they played may have been the best 20 minutes of basketball we've seen a Georgia team play in quite some time. But then in the second half, they were struggling to maintain that lead. Now they did do it, got out of there with a win over St. Joseph's, but it was thanks to that 23-point lead they'd built in the first half. Here you got a 1-point lead, and you're in a battle here with a team that is really, really talented, good, and experienced. They were at the NCAA tournament last year, so, Georgia's still trying to feel its way, but so far so good. Let's see what kind of attitude they come out with here in the second half.
Dogs will start the second half. We'll get the ball first. Lindsey and Roberts, Oquendo, Moncrief, and McBride are 5 to start. We'll work from left to right here, and here we go. Roberts with the ball, high right wing. UAB will open up in a 2-3 zone to start the second half. Roberts tries to feed Moncrief. There's a deflection. The ball rolls over to Oquendo. Moncrief has it inside, finds Mardrez McBride open on the wing. His 3 ball won't go. Rebound ripped away from Moncrief by Jemison, who pleaded his case. It's going to be Georgia basketball, however, much to his chagrin.
Eventually those shots, you were giving me his stats, Mardrez McBride's stats previously before he got to Georgia. He's going to start hitting shots. If he shot threes the way that he hit them prior to
North
coming
Texas,
here, at North Texas, those kind of shots are going to start to fall for him.
Roberts inbounds it to Moncrief. They leave him alone for a second. He doesn't shoot. He fires to Oquendo, who drives, pushes Gaines out of the way. Jemison with a blocked shot, and they whistle a foul on him. And
Jemison says, "Me? Well, yeah, you were the guy that hit him."
Jemison can't believe it. That's his 3rd foul.
Well, that's one of those can't hurt, might help, because now he's going out. Davis is coming back in.
And Oquendo is going to the line for Georgia. Dogs with a 1-point lead, first looking for their first point of the second half. Carriel up on his toes, draining the free throw. Good. He had 4 in the first half. That's his 5th point of the game. So Javian Davis at 6'9" and 265
Jemison
into the game.
Apologizing to Anthony Kennedy, trying to explain to him.
Cario rolls in the second free throw, all over the rim, drops through for him. 44-41 Dogs.
Nothing worse than trying to explain to your coach why you're sitting over here with him rather than playing basketball.
UAB almost threw it away. Walker fell down trying to receive the pass, but they were able to recover, and they will score around the basket, missing a little runner, but then Javian Davis taps in the missed shot right over the rim from the right side. It pays to have big guys around the basket. 44-43, Dogs by 1 with the ball. Lindsey going to shoot it above the left elbow. A little too deep on that 17-footer. Hit the back of the rim. Rebound to UAB. Blazers ball, gains diagonally into the front court. Hands it off to Walker. Puts the ball down low. Slips again on that same spot. He fell down twice. Right over there on one of the logos here on the floor. And they scoop it down inside to Buffett.
They're going to try to get that wiped up.
Call a foul on the Dogs first, though. I think McBride.
Yeah, there's a wet spot there. They're trying to find the mop. They found it. Now they're coming out to get it.
If it's on I don't know if it's the actual sticker that they put on the floor that's slick, or if there is an actual wet spot on the floor, but they're mopping it up nonetheless right over the top of the
Yeah, you can't have guys, because guys get hurt. Have a foot go out from under them and tear a muscle or something. You got to be careful with that.
Even the referee's got a towel. He's working it with his foot now, trying to mop up any moisture that may be over there. Seeing if he can get any traction on that logo. And I think we're almost ready to go. It's a 1-point Georgia lead, 44-43. UAB will have the basketball. Ladarius Brewer to inbound over the outreached arms of Lindsey, and we take it away with Roberts. A steal by the Dogs. Up ahead to Mardrez. Drives. He tried to scoop it from the left side and left it short. UAB may have gotten a piece of it. On the other end, Brewer's going to hit a three. Ladarius Brewer, his first basket of the game, and that puts UAB in the lead by 2, 46-44.
Well, boy, it hurts when you miss layups, there's no doubt. And then they ran it out and hit the three.
The 5-point exchange there. We missed a 2 on our end, and they got a 3. Moncrief throws it up over the basket against a double team from the left block. And the ball touched out of bounds by UAB.
That's the right call. UAB's protesting, but that's the right call. They did tip it out.
Yeah, Buffin's not happy. But it will be Georgia ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. 2-point Blazer lead, 46-44. Roberts holds it in two hands. Holds the ball up high now, lobs it in deep into the front court. Jumping in the air at the half-court line and catching it is Mardrez McBride. Shot clock at 6. McBride dribbles inside the arc. Fadeaway 2. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound Gaines. He runs the floor for UAB. Right to left. He misses at the basket. Rattles off the rim. The Dogs rebound his miss and take it the other way. Roberts through the paint, dribbled it off his foot, turned it over. UAB going to break away with an easy layup on the other end by Jelly Walker.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Mike White try to get a timeout here pretty soon, because we're being a little bit careless with the basketball.
48-44, UAB's largest lead in a while, 4-point lead. They led by as much as 7 early on in the first half. Dogs try to answer. Cario, shot blocked at the rim. Over to Moncrief. He finds McBride open for a 3. Still cold from that distance. He missed. Rebound to UAB. They run the floor right to left. Walker will hoist a 3 and rip it over Lindsey. And Mike will call a timeout. UAB with a strong surge here. Led by Jelly Walker, who's got 16 points, 3 threes today. And they match their largest lead of the game at 7. It's 51-44. UAB on top of Georgia. And a timeout here in Daytona. Dogs will try to regroup. Plenty of time left. 16:50 to go in the game. But the Dogs are down by 7 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, And 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer. A proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Ten straight points for the Blazers. 10-0 run has pushed them to a 7-point lead, 51-44 with 16:50 to go in the game. Georgia basketball brought to you by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today, proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Go Dogs.
Dogs now with Braylon Bridges back in the game. Get him on the floor. Let's see if he can't help out some underneath.
Well, now we got to dig out again of that 7-point hole that we had in the first half. Came close to about the same time in the halves. We got down early in the first half, and we're getting down early in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to apply a little pressure to us here.
M.A. Moncrief to inbound the basketball. Four-court pressure being shown by UAB. Throw it into Justin Hill. Gaines is with him. Now they retreat a little bit as Hill brings it left to right into the front court on a full trot. Hill, right wing, drives through the lane. They bump him. No whistle there. He shoots. It's blocked by Gaines. Gets it back. Dogs keep the possession. Roberts has the ball. Screened by Bridges. Terry going to drive. Moncrief pass goes to the baseline. Back out to Roberts. He'll shoot right of the lane. Floated up and in with a right hand good from about 8 feet. Roberts now with 7. That's his first points of the half. UAB basketball. They lead by 5, 51-46. Walker gives it over to Gaines.
They got it up the floor in a hurry. We weren't quite back, but they backed it out. That was
off the curl. Ladarius Brewer misses the 3. Rebound, however, goes to Davis. He feeds Brewer, and he misses a lay-in. Dogs rebound his miss. Break for Georgia, perhaps. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. Check a whistle down away from the ball. And they're going to get Davis, I think, for UAB.
They got 0.
He and Bridges.
Yep.
Mixing it up a little bit. The referee, Matt Rafferty, having to step in between them. And
they haven't been exactly exchanging pleasantries throughout the day, but now the officials want to talk to both of them about it.
That's going to get us into the under 16 timeout as well. So breaking the action once again, UAB 51, Georgia 46. Dogs ball when we come back here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey there, UGA fans. This fall, Dunkin' is ready for you to fall hard. So when you hear those leaves rustling and see those pumpkins getting ripe and ready, it's time to eat, sleep, and drink pumpkin at Dunkin'. Take your pick of pumpkin with delicious muffins, munchkins, and donuts, and pair them with a classic pumpkin spice signature latte or the ultra-smooth pumpkin cream cold brew, topped with silky pumpkin cream cold foam, all so you can fall harder. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy's part of all the action is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up for Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana Energy says, go Dogs. Georgia on the 3-ball today, 3 out of 10. And UAB 4 for 15. Dogs possession here as they inbound with Roberts. Fires it into Jabri Abdur-Rahim. He hoists a deep 3, and that goes around the rim and out. As he misses that shot, rebound to UAB. They feed the big guy Davis down inside, works against Braylon Bridges, who defended well. Davis misses the spinning jump hook, and the Dogs rebounded. Roberts has the possession now. Dribbles, spins away from the defender, drives down on the block, and they just knock him down to the floor, and he tumbles backwards. Legs flying everywhere.
Who said basketball was a non-contact sport?
Davis got his money's worth there. The big guy came plowing right into Terry Roberts. Now they swap out one big guy for the other. They both have 3 fouls, so Davis checks out.
Well, yeah, if you got to have
back in.
If you got to have both with 3 fouls, you might as well have Jemison on there.
Dogs trail by 5. Georgia has the ball. 15-20 to go in the game. Hill walks slowly to his right, top of the key. Now attacks, sees an opening. Reaches back with the left hand and lays it up good. He kept the ball away from the defender and then flipped it up when he got to the rim and scored. He's got 11. 51-48, UAB by 3. Gaines spins to the rim. Shot blocked initially by M.A. Moncrief, and then he's called for traveling when he came down.
But they're saying it, now watch, they're going to discuss it, say that it was blocked.
Yep. That's what Steve Anderson is saying. So they're calling a jump ball. And UAB will have the possession. Mike White just kind of shakes his head at the explanation. But it did look like Moncrief got a piece of the ball when Gaines was going up there.
He fully stopped it. So, I mean, he had the ball clean.
So they called that a tie-up, and then the possession goes to UAB.
But I think they got the right call.
I do, too. Blazers will inbound right next to their basket. Here's Walker off the curl, right wing 3, won't go. Bridges got the rebound, and then Buffin trips him and is whistled for the foul as Braylon falls over the baseline while still holding on to the basketball. Buffin's 3rd foul. So they've got 3 guys with 3 fouls. Davis and Jemison, their 2 centers, and then Buffin. That's their 4th of the half. Dogs to bring it up the length of the floor will sub in Holt for Moncrief. M.A. heads to the bench. And Juice will inbound the ball to Hill in the backcourt. Justin Hill. Pass into the front side to Terry Roberts, far side of the floor. Down the wing to Holt. Ball comes this way to Hill now. Spreading it out a little bit offensively. Hill feeds Roberts. He attacks. Terry. Jump pass, right corner, 3 ball.
He was standing out of bounds.
Yep. He missed it anyway, but Jabri was out of bounds on this near sideline when he took that pass. Unforced error by the Dogs and our 10th turnover of the game. UAB's only turned it over 3 times.
Yeah, but they've gotten points off our turnovers too.
A bunch, 14 of them. 51-48, Dogs trail by 3. Blazers ball. Brewer throws it to the other Brewer. That's his brother, Ladarius and Ty. Gaines has it now. Hesitates, feeds it inside on a back cut by Brewer. Up the wing to Ty Brewer. His jumper rattles out, no good. UAB got the rebound. Jemison was setting up big down there, right in front of Bridges, but Gaines didn't get him the ball. Gaines keeps it out on the perimeter with 6 on the clock. Walker loses the handle, recovers, shoots over Holt. A prayer for 3, hits the side of the rim. That was good defense and a bad possession by UAB.
Well, excellent defense by the Dogs. They played it perfectly.
Dogs have the ball. Hill inside in traffic. Kick out right corner 3.
Just
won't
will not go for Jabri today.
Well, Abdul Rahim missed that one a little too deep on the side shot from the right corner. Brewer throws up a miss in the paint. Offensive rebound, the other Brewer. He misses, and then Jemison taps it in from the right side. Or they're going to give it to one of the Brewers. One of the Brewers got the tap in, according to the announcement. 53-48 is the score now. UAB by 5 again. Oh, nice backdoor feed from Roberts to Jabri Abdur-Rahim. His lay-in hits the rim, no good. Rebound, UAB, they run the floor. Alley-oop lob from Gaines to Ty Brewer as he dunks it home, and that's a timeout.
Mike White seems like he said that when they get that 7-point lead, he calls timeouts to try to stem the rush. And so far it's been working. Let's see if it'll work again coming out of this timeout. But the Dogs are right now, the things that worked for them last night, the 3, they just hadn't been there this half.
No, not at all. And, well, what are they shooting in this half? Yeah, 0 for 4 on threes in the second half. Just 3 for 12 from the game as Georgia uses a 30-second timeout here. Falling down by 7 again. 55-48 with 12:53 to go in the game. And we'll stay with Hill and Bridges and Holt. M.A. Moncrief back in the game, and Roberts.
And we've had some good looks from threes, but Mardrez missed a couple, and Jabri struggled a little bit from behind the arc, and it's just not working for us right now.
Carrio's been cold today, too, just 1 for 7 from the field with 6 points. Dogs down 7, got some catching up to do with better than 12.5 minutes remaining. Roberts kills the dribble, wraparound pass to Moncrief, top of the key. He works down the lane and will drive and lay it in good. He may have tweaked his ankle again. He's hobbling a little bit. Moncrief got the running bucket, though. He's got 6, and it's a 5-point game, 55-50 UAB. 12:25 to go here in Daytona Beach, Florida. 3 ball straight away by UAB. Ladarius Brewer misses the 3 off the rim. Rebound to the Dogs. Georgia has possession. Roberts will reset the offense. Double screen out front. Roberts moves to the left wing. Gives it to Moncrief. He works it down right side of the lane into the paint. Kick out Hill for a 3. That's no good. High bounce off the rim. Pulled down with 2 hands by Ty Brewer for UAB. Blazers in the front court left. Walker weaves to the right side of the floor. Sends it into Ladarius Brewer right on the block, and he pops it up and in with a short right-handed jumper. Good. Brewer's got 5. That Brewer does. 7-point lead again, 57-50. That's been the large lead for either team today. It's been close throughout. Terry Roberts, the Bradley transfer, crossover, drives, pivot, reverse pivot, and a travel. And UAB will gladly walk back to their huddle for the timeout. All smiles. Georgia's turned it over. They've got the ball back up 7, 57-50. Blazers leading the Bulldogs, breaking the action here. And we'll come back to Daytona right after this timeout on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more front row seats. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you'll get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Call 833-7ROCKET today or visit inflationbuster.com to start saving.
For fees covered, rate like date requirements and other terms and conditions, visit inflationbuster.com or call 1-833-7ROCKET. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
57-50 UAB leading Georgia with 11:28 remaining in the ball game. Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there.
Scott, you said earlier they were averaging 92 points a game. We were averaging and allowing 64. And so far this game's playing a lot more to the favor of UAB's pace than our pace.
Yeah, they like the tempo, and they're kind of controlling it right now, especially here in the second half. 57-50, they've got the ball and a chance to take their largest lead of the game, unless the Dogs get a stop here. Gaines dribbles it out front, brings it between the legs. Tony is in the ball game now, and Gaines almost turned it over, lost the dribble. Roberts couldn't get to it before it went out of bounds, but he touched it last, so UAB will keep possession with 13 seconds on the shot clock. And it'll be Taven Lovin to inbound the ball. Throws it into Gaines right in front of him, in front of the UAB bench. Dribbles it into the paint, spin move, shoots over Lindsey, and knocks down an 8-footer. Eric Gaines with a dozen points. The Lithonia, Georgia native and LSU transfer having a nice game for the Blazers and extending the lead to 9, 59-50, and that's the largest of the game for either team. Oquendo going to drive, stumbles into Lovin. They both fall to the floor. The ball goes out of bounds.
And now the officials are asking each other, did you see it? I saw it, if you want to ask. He was fouled.
They didn't call that, just an out of bounds. And I think that's what Mike White wasn't happy about. Roberts feeds it into Lindsey. They rotate the ball around to McBride for a three, left side, too deep, back of the rim. Oquendo gets a high rebound at the free throw line for the Dogs to keep the possession alive. Roberts has it, double teamed on the far side, trying to bump his way into the paint. Nowhere to go with it. Kick out to Holt. Juice for three. He rips it. Left wing three. Juice Holt. That's a Scana Energy three. Much needed for Georgia. It's 59-53.
Yeah, they had that 9-point lead. Now we've cut it to 6. Let's keep whittling it. Maybe that'll knock the cap off that thing from three-point range.
4-3 of the game for the Dogs. Gaines and Jemison run a two-man game. Gaines with the feed on the run to Jemison, who dunks it home and rattles the rim down on the left end of the floor for UAB. 61-53. Oquendo staggers across the top of the key on the dribble. Now he's picked it up. Roberts comes to his aid, takes the handoff. Now they change sides of the floor. Carrio's got it back. Step back three. Rattles out. No good. Rebound Gaines with one hand. Eric Gaines, right to left into the front court. Behind Jemison, sets a screen. Now he's trying to post up against Lindsey, the freshman. Now Gaines backs it out. Oh, almost stepped on the half-court line. 61-53 Blazers. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 9:23 to go in the game. He traveled.
Oh, my goodness.
And they didn't call it. He stumbled and traveled. And then they call a foul.
Mike White's
over Georgia.
Rotating his arms like, wait a minute, what's that? They traveled.
That was brutal. They missed the travel, and then the Dogs get whistled for a foul. Ugh. Gaines going to be at the free throw line for UAB. 69% free throw shooter, 11 of 16 this season. First trip to the line today. Right-handed shooter. And the free throw is up and in. Buffin comes in. Tony goes out for UAB. Ugh.
That was...
I mean, they're shooting free throws, and it should be Georgia's ball.
Yeah.
And now they're about to go up 10 if Gaines hits this one, and he does, and they do. 63-53. UAB trying to pull away here. Georgia still has 9:18 to try to do something about it, but they're down in a 10-point hole right now. 63-53. Our shooting has dropped way off here in the second half. Just 22% from the field. Oquendo season opening. Drives in against the big guy. All the way to the rim. Puts it up and in. Good. 8 points for Cario. He just took it right into the big 6'11", 260-pound Trey Jemison. There's Jelly off the screen. Little jelly roll for Walker. That three ball is good from the right corner. 19 now for Jordan Walker.
Yeah, we can't trade twos for threes.
66-55. Blazers by 11. Dogs ball. Braylon Bridges holds it with two hands, top of the key, over to Holt for a three, left wing, off the rim, no good. Buffin the rebound for UAB, feeds Walker on the full sprint, and he drives and spins it in, reverse layup, rolls in there good for Walker. He's got 21 points. He averages 23 a game. And he extends the lead to 13 as the Blazers are trying to nail this one shut here with 8 minutes to go. Braylon gets open all the way to the basket, lays it up from the left side. Bridges with 10 points now.
And give credit to Terry Roberts. He went down the right side, drew all the defense, and then made a nice little pass to Braylon, who just, all he had to do was lay it up. There was nobody near him. Everybody went with Terry.
One of the Brewers hoists a three. That won't go. Buffin's rebound and putback is blocked by Lindsey, but UAB maintains possession. Here's Walker, foul line extended right. Now above the three-point line with 9 seconds on the shot clock. He sprints, feeds Buffin, threads the needle with that pass in the paint. Buffin knocked to the floor and fouled by Georgia. And that's going to get us to the under 8 timeout after the foul. The foul's on Kyron Lindsey for the Bulldogs. That's his second. And we've got a timeout here at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. Blazers have stretched it out to a double-digit lead. They're up 68-57 on the Dogs. And we'll come back for more Bulldogs basketball right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas right before the holidays and down BMW Road, not a driver was stressed, only good vibes flowed. Could it be because one sat in his BMW's plush leather seats or drove hundreds of miles without a slip in the sleet? Another drove far and yet was not stressed since she was cruising with intelligent GPS.
I've started guidance.
This holiday season, take on the ultimate drive when you buy a BMW 5 Series X7 or X5.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community coffee, strong as our roots.
No one gets you closer to SEC basketball than SiriusXM. Download the SiriusXM app and tune into SiriusXM SEC Radio for news, talk, and analysis throughout the college basketball season. Try it out today and take your Georgia Bulldogs with you on the phone, online, and at home. No car required. Buffin at the line for UAB. Free throw number one, up and in good by the Ole Miss transfer. KJ Buffin now with 5 points from Gainesville, Georgia. Second foul shot. Going to touch some iron, but roll in there good. And the lead is 13, matching the biggest lead of the contest for UAB, 70-57. The Dogs have a push in them with 7:24 to go. Ball stolen from Roberts. They go into the backcourt, and then UAB falls out of bounds with it. The ball bounces away into the scorer's table, and the Dogs will get it back. Walker, I think, had it but couldn't control it after he'd taken it away from Roberts, and Terry leaves the ball game.
Terry got double teamed there in the worst spot you can be, right in that corner.
We've got Hill and Oquendo, Bridges, Lindsey, and Abdur Rahim are 5 on the floor. Down 13. Cario for an NBA three. No good. Dies on the back of the rim. Rebound is loose. Rolls this way. Bridges falls down. It almost rolled through his legs. UAB with a basketball. Buffin down the lane and will lay it in. High in the air. And a foul on the Dogs. Count the basket. And to the line for an and one. Blazers pulling away here with 6:58 to go, up 14, make it 15. And Buffin will try to make it a 16-point lead with a free throw to come. Foul is on Lindsey, the freshman, his third, and the free throw is good by Buffin. 73-57. We've been outscored 32-15 in this half. Lindsey double teamed on the baseline right by the backboard under the basket. Able to get a pass out to Hill to help him out. Justin Hill uses a screen from Bridges, drives to the foul line, sends a pass into the right corner. Jabri, cold from three, missed it. Cario, missed the rebound, the bounce back, missed the layup. UAB with a basketball, they run the floor in a hurry. Most instances in the second half, they haven't needed a shot clock. Gaines takes a long, deep three, probably not the shot they wanted, and he missed it. And the rebound goes to Lindsey for Georgia right around the foul line. Hill has it in front court. Big man flashes out Jemison to try to push him out. He penetrates, drives inside. Hill makes contact, wraparound pass to Lindsey, lays it up and in. Buffin wanted a charging call, but probably lucky he didn't get a flop.
Well, I was going to say, it's very lucky he didn't get the flop.
73-59 after the Lindsey basket. Walker weaves left and then right. High pass on the baseline to Buffin. Got in deep behind Bridges and Lindsey and scored on a lay-in. Right under the basket.
And right now, that's what they're getting is in-close shots.
We'll try a three with Hill on the other end. He rips a three home from the left wing. That's a Scana Energy three to bring us a little bit closer. 14 now for Hill. His second three-pointer of the game. It's 75-62 UAB. 5:17 to go. Blazers have the ball. Gaines unguarded about 2 feet inside the half-court line. Front court left. Fires it to Buffin. He got position on Abdur Rahim, but Jabri recovered by blocking his shot. He tried to lay it up, and Jabri blocked it away. Dogs have the ball. Hill has it. Dribbles inside the arc. Bounce pass to Braylon Bridges in the paint. Back out to Hill. Goes by Gaines. Jump stop right of the lane. Across court to Jabri. 14 to shoot. Hill has it back. Dogs can't get a good look. Hill with the ball. Screen out front by Bridges. He's doubled. Wrap around over to Lindsey for a three. They block his shot into the Georgia bench. Ladarius Brewer, as Lindsey was setting to shoot a three from the left side. 2 seconds to go on the shot clock. Dogs will have to inbound and get a shot off in a hurry as Jemison checks out for the Blazers, and Big Davis comes back in. Who will inbound for the Bulldogs? We shall see. Steve Anderson waiting for somebody to come over and throw the ball in. And now it will be Justin Hill, the 6-foot guard. Ladarius Brewer will guard the inbounds. Only 2 seconds on the clock. Feeds it into Oquendo. Catch, shoot, 3, too deep, hit the backboard. Shot clock violation. Didn't draw a rim on that shot. And UAB will take over. 75-62, the Blazers lead Georgia. It was a 1-point Bulldog lead at the half, 42-41, but we've been outscored by 14 points here in the second 20 minutes. Bridges will head to the bench for a breather. Frank Anselem will check in.
Yeah, it's not been a pretty second half, and this is kind of what we've seen game in and game out. We got to learn to play a second half.
Yeah, you don't want to call it a trend, but that's kind of what we saw last night and a couple of other games this season. Good first half, not as good second half. Dogs were playing a 1-3-1. UAB with Ladarius Brewer drives out of the right corner into the paint, right in front of the basket, lays it up and in, and another foul on Georgia. Count the basket. That one's on Moncrief. And it's a 3-point play opportunity for the redshirt senior transfer from East Tennessee State, Ladarius Brewer, averaging 11 a game. And tonight, or this afternoon, he has 10. 78-62, 16-point lead. UAB goes for the steal. They just mug Hill, and Walker takes it away, drives and scores. Layup with a right hand from the left side off the glass. Walker has 23 points. That's his average. 80-62. Blazers trying to nail this one down here over Georgia, win their second game all time against the Bulldogs. So Oquendo works along the bright baseline, and UAB fouls him, trying to protect the rim. Brewer called for the foul for UAB. But at this point, they don't really care about that play. 3:42 remains in the game, and we've got a timeout here in Daytona Beach, Florida. UAB 80, Georgia 62. Championship game of the Sunshine Slam. It's the Blazers by 18 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power is the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein to give your body what it needs when it needs it. Recover and build lean muscle with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
UAB by 18 over the Dogs, 80-62. Took a while to get that kind of a lead, but UAB has secured it here in the second half.
We're 2 of 13 for behind the arc here in the second half. It's 15%. Just can't get anything to go for us, and what we sort of hung our hat on last night hasn't worked today.
Yeah, the Dogs' shooting percentage went from 57 in the first half, 29, just under 30% here in the second half. So the shots aren't dropping. UAB's playing much more aggressive defense here in the second half, and they've outscored Georgia by 19 points. Here's Hill for a three. He's fouled on the shot as it drifts to the left of the rim. And that's going to be 3 free throws coming for Justin Hill. That was your Regions game recap, by the way. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Hill to the line for 3 free throws. He's the Dogs' leading scorer and the only, one of 2 players in double figures. He's got 14, looking to make it 15, and he does at the foul line. Free throw number 1 is up and in. And Hill from Houston, Texas, coming off a 12-point game last night, was 3 for 3 on 3-point shots. Now 2 for 2 from the line on this possession. 1 more free throw to go. Third and final foul shot, all net. Good work by Justin Hill, 80-65. Dogs get an old-fashioned Scana Energy 3-point play with 3 free throws at the foul line. 15-point lead for the Blazers. You can take some time off the clock if they so desire. 3:20 to play. They'll probably still play very aggressive, I would think, as Walker steps on the baseline on a drive deep in the right corner. That guy only knows one speed. That's
all out,
all out, all the time.
He's only about 4 miles from the track where he could really let it out. They got those banked ovals there.
Transfer from Seton Hall and Tulane, 5'11 and 170. He's not a big guy, but he's big on the floor. Dogs send it into Anselm underneath the basket. He gets fouled and knocked to the floor, trying to put it up and in. Going to be 1-and-1 for the Dogs. Pushing foul on UAB since the Syracuse transfer. 6'10 junior Frank Anselm to the line for the Bulldogs. Clock stops with 3:06 to go. Anselm for the 1-and-1 here. He's 89% from the line this season. 8 of 9 at the free throw line for the Dogs, looking for his first point of this game. Dogs led by 1 at the break, but now trail by 15 with 3:06 to go. Free throw by Anselm won't go. Rebound is knocked away in the right corner. Kind of bounced there once or twice by itself before anybody got to it.
Everybody kind of stood and looked at it like that ball's bouncing.
Gaines finally got to it for UAB. We go for the steal at half court. Can't get it away from Buffin. He finds Walker open on the right wing, and he hits another 3. He's got 26. And that is his 5th three-pointer, and the lead is 83-65. UAB's game here in the second half. Oquendo through the legs, drives right edge of the lane, attacks the basket, shoots, spins short off the front of the rim. Rebound, Dogs kick out Hill for 3. Off the side of the rim, rebound Moncrief for Georgia, and a foul, UAB under the basket. They got Ladarius Brewer for the foul. Number 8 on the Blazers. That's the second on Ladarius Brewer, and that puts M.A. Moncrief on the free throw line for the Dogs. Moncrief, right-handed shooter, finishes up on his toes, and the free throw is good for the Oklahoma State transfer from Toronto, Canada. One more foul shot. 83-66 is our score now. UAB in front. And the second foul shot is good for MA. The Dogs will be back home after Thanksgiving for their next ball game. We'll host East Tennessee State on Sunday at Stegman Coliseum. That'll be a 1 o'clock game back in Athens. Our airtime will be 12:35 here along the network. Whoa. UAB ball stolen, high pass stolen by Oquendo in the backcourt. He's going to take it, softly lay it in. Could have dunked it, just decided to go up high and drop it in over the rim with 2 hands.
It's a great play by Cario.
83-69. Defensive pressure picks up by Georgia. Whistled for a foul, however. Tight on the far sideline, just inside the half-court line. Now Mike White talking with Steve Anderson, and Anderson listens but doesn't really listen to what the coach is saying. He acknowledges it and then walks away. 83-69. And UAB will have the possession. They're trying to mop up some moisture on the floor where a lot of bodies fell after that skirmish for the loose ball.
It's that same area where we've had a little slippage over there tonight. Now, who's doing the work over there?
That's Anselm down there on the floor.
Doing the work.
Yeah, he's down on his hands and knees, wiping it up. They're trying to. I guess they know where the spot is instead of the mop guy or the towel guy. So the players got down there and wiped it up. 14-point UAB lead with 2:02 to go. Gaines has the dribble, drives with the left hand, spins on the block, reverse pivot. And traveling is the call.
They had to think about it. They couldn't believe what they just saw. He just jumped up in the air with the ball and then came down with it. And the officials were like so astounded. They stood there and went, that can't be oh, wait a minute. That's travel.
Well, Anselm was going to block his shot. That's what Andy Kennedy's saying, that's what happened. But the call is a travel on UAB. And Georgia takes over possession. Anselm on the bounce pass in the paint kind of bounces off the floor and then caroms off his body. He couldn't collect it. And we turn it over, give it to UAB, and then we foul in the backcourt with Terry Roberts. And that's going to put Jordan Walker on the line. 88% shooter. He's got 26 points today.
Good, yeah.
So 1-1 for Walker now. 10 for 20 today from the field. 5 3-pointers, 5 of 14. And 1 for 1 from the line. Now 2 for 2 from the line. 27 points for Jordan Walker. Still a ways from his career high. He's got multiple 40-point games in his career.
You know what? Watching him play, that's not hard to believe. In fact, what comes to mind is however many he's got, I wonder why he doesn't have more.
Well, he got 2 more on that trip with a pair of free throws. He's got 28 for the game. Dogs hustle it into the front court, and it's tapped away by some quick hands from UAB. Ball bounces out of bounds into the Georgia bench, so Roberts will feed it into Hill. 91 seconds to play. It's 85-69. The Blazers are going to beat the Bulldogs here in the championship game of the Sunshine Slam. Oquendo has the dribble, left hand, inside, mishandles it, almost lost it, now forces up a shot. It's short. Karam's over to Roberts on the left side. He floats it up and in from the left baseline. Good. Roberts with 9 now. 85-71 is our score. UAB ball. Walker gets around 2 red shirts, Hill and Roberts, and into the front court. Now he attacks, hops to the basket, reverse lay-in, good. He just wore out 3 of our guys. He's nonstop and full tilt. Walker now with 30 points in the ball game. 87-71. That was a one-man gang that time. He didn't even know he had 4 other teammates on the floor. 87-71 UAB. Georgia into the front court. Less than a minute to go. Dogs work with Roberts in traffic. Left of the lane. He misses from the baseline. Rebound UAB. Long pass into the front side to Walker, and he just curls around under the basket and will burn some time now. 35 seconds to go. 18 on the shot clock for UAB. Their fans here that made the trip to Daytona stand and applaud as the Blazers will improve to 4-1 here in a matter of seconds. And Georgia will suffer its second loss of the season. Walker throws up a shot. Floater going towards the basket. Bounces off the rim. Rebound to the Dogs. Oquendo drives on the other end and lays it in right down the lane. Cario with a dozen points now. 87-73 UAB. They don't have to shoot again. Gaines will take it across the timeline and dribble it out. Andy Kennedy says that's enough right there. He'll shake hands with his former assistant coach at Ole Miss, Mike White, and that's the ball game. UAB a winner here in Daytona. They are the Sunshine Slam champions. 87-73. Our final score here in the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. And it got away from the Dogs in the second half again. And we saw that a little bit last night, Chuck, with St. Joseph's. although the Dogs were able to withstand St. Joseph's surge in the second half, but not against this UAB team. We weren't making shots in the second half, and the Blazers were allowed to run away and hide with this one, winning it by 14 points to win the championship.
Well, let's give full credit to UAB. That's a good basketball team. Very good basketball team and entertaining to watch. As far as our play, you're right, Scott. Second half, just everything that we were doing right in the first half, we couldn't get to go right for us in the second half. And as a result, those 7-point leads we had in the first half and the 1-point lead we had at half, we just couldn't stay in the ballpark with them in the second half. And, if I take anything positive out of this, it's the fact that, look, we played pretty well with them for a majority of this game, and made it. We showed we can play at that level.
Right.
We got to figure out how to play at that level for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Find that second half consistency.
Yeah.
Because the first half was very good.
The first half was last night, first half was spectacular. And second half we struggled. We've just got to find a way that we can start to play, at that kind of level like we played in the first half last night, like we played in the first half today. We've got to do that for 40 minutes.
Well, Walker took over a little bit in that second half, had 19 of his 30 in the final 20 minutes as he leads the way in scoring and leads UAB to their 4th victory in 5 tries this season. And again, the Dogs with the loss now 4-2 on the year, and will go home to host East Tennessee State on Sunday at 1 o'clock at Stegman Coliseum. Before we get to our region's locker room report, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification, Bulldog Sports Network. (87-73) the final. UAB a winner over Georgia today. Coming up next, it's the Regions Locker Room Report. Dog fans, get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card from regions.com/GoDogs. That's where you go to order yours today. We'll come back to Daytona Beach, Florida, right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for 40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for 2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by eBay Motors. You might not have the biggest garage, but with eBay Motors, you always have 122 million parts for your car right at your fingertips. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
8 transfers on the roster for UAB, and all those guys paid dividends for Andy Kennedy's Blazers today as the UAB Blazers defeat Georgia here in the championship of the Sunshine Slam, 87-73. Welcome back to the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card by visiting regions.com/GoDogs. That's how you can order yours today. 87-73 final score. Jordan Walker, transfer from Seton Hall and then Tulane. He's a senior, 5'11", from Long Island, New York, and he plays that New York style of basketball.
He does, doesn't he?
He had 30 points today, 11 of 22, all over the floor, 5 threes, perfect from the line, had 4 rebounds and 5 assists.
He's cat quick.
He did most of his damage in that second half.
No doubt. I mean, and he was the difference, and we just didn't have a defensive stop for him because he can do so much. If you go out to press on him, he goes by you. You know, if you lay back, he buries the three. Just a very talented player. And let me just say something. For any kids that are listening that are aspiring basketball players, we were here early. I got to tell you, the Walker kid, he was out here shooting early, and then he was the last kid off the floor to go into the locker room. He just kept shooting 3 after 3 after 3 after 3. You have to admire a kid that puts that kind of effort into work ethic, and then to have it pay off on the floor for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's an effective procedure that he goes through. Yeah, he was hitting most of those threes too in the warm-ups. They didn't fall when he started. You know, when he's got defenders in his face, they didn't. All of them didn't fall. He was 5 for 14 on 3, but he made half his shots tonight and led everybody in scoring with 30 points. Over on Georgia's side of the thing, I thought Braylon Bridges really gave the Dogs a big lift, especially in the first half. Bridges, coming into this game, had only played a total of 8 minutes in the last 2 outings against St. John's and St. Joseph's, and then the Bucknell game prior to that. But he came off the bench here a little bit early in the second half and went right to work. He finishes the game with 10 points and 7 rebounds and really gave the Dogs a spark in that first half, and he's our IBEW player of the game. IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. We are Georgia's electricians. Visit IBEW613.org. It was good to see Braylon getting back in his game.
Well, and you saw how the bench reacted to it, too. They loved it. They loved to see. He's a popular player with his teammates, and to see him come in and give the team that kind of lift. Now, you know, give UAB some credit. They made some adjustments to stop that ball from going into Braylon down low, where he is so effective with either hand, and that made a bit of a difference in his game. But he still helped on the boards and tried to do the best he could defensively underneath.
This is the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Our final from Daytona, UAB 87, Georgia 73. The Bulldogs now 4-2 on the year. And our next game will be Sunday afternoon at Stegman Coliseum in Athens at 1 o'clock against the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State University. Airtime 12:35. We hope you will join us. We've got plenty more to go here in our post-game coverage. We'll catch up with Coach Mike White in just a few moments, run down the final stats, and check scores from other tournaments going on in college basketball. That's all straight ahead here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures. And of course, he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
This holiday, whether you're roasting a Kroger Simple Truth turkey for $40 or making a Murray's Baked Brie for $2, whether you're baking a pie with fresh Cosmic Crisp apples like Grandma's or ordering private selection cream pies when Grandma's pie is all gone, Kroger has fast, fresh delivery and free pickup, so you can make holiday meals that bring you all together to create memories that last. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Back here in Daytona, and the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours. Today, UAB beats Georgia today here in the championship game of the Sunshine Slam here at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. The final today, 87-73. It was the fifth meeting between the two schools, and the series lead still belongs to Georgia now. 3 wins to 2 losses all time, and this team put together by Andy Kennedy is a very solid UAB club, and you might even expect to see them playing late into March. They were a tournament team last year. 27-8 was their record as they came out of Conference USA into the NCAA tournament, and they certainly have the horses for it as they pull away from the Dogs. Georgia had a 1-point lead at the half, 42-41, but the Blazers put the Dogs away with a 46-point second half, outscoring the Dogs by 15. Georgia's shooting percentage in the second half just 31% after shooting 57% in the first 20 minutes. As we check the final stats, brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal with expertise in maternity, orthopedics, heart, cancer, and more. You can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. The rest of the team numbers, Georgia finished with a shooting percentage of 44%. We hit 28 of our 64 attempts, and we only had 7 assists on those 28 baskets. UAB was finished at 49% for the game. They hit 35 of 72 shots and had 18 assists on their 35 makes. 3-point shot, the 3-ball wasn't real kind to either side today. Georgia 5 of 21, 24% rather. And UAB 6 of 24, 25% for the Blazers. The free throws, Georgia was 12 of 16, 75% for the game. The Blazers 92% from the line. They were 11 of 12. The Dogs had more than twice as many turnovers as did UAB. 15 turnovers for Georgia, 7 for UAB, and the Blazers took advantage of the Bulldogs' mistakes with 23 points off turnovers. Georgia only 3 points off turnovers against 7 errors by UAB. The Dogs did out-rebound the Blazers by 6 today, 41-35. Second chance points won by the Dogs, 18-17. Bench points, Georgia's decisive edge there in that category, 36-13. Points in the paint goes to UAB, 52-44. Individually, for the Bulldogs, leading scorer was Justin Hill, the 6-foot guard from Houston, Texas, transfer from Longwood University. Hill goes for 17 for the Dogs today. He was 5 of 9 from the field. He hit a couple of three-point shots and was 5 of 7 from the foul line, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Georgia low on the assist number today. They only had 7, as we said. 2 other players were in double figures for the Bulldogs today. Cario Oquindo finished with a dozen. Just 4 for 14 shooting, however, and 1 for 5 on 3. He had 5 rebounds. And Braylon Bridges, who had 8 of his 10 in the first half, had a very solid first half, and as we said, a spark in that first 20-minute period. Bridges finished with 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting, had 7 rebounds, too. He tied for the lead on the glass for Georgia with Kyron Lindsey, who also had 7 boards. And the rest of the scoring for the Dogs, Terry Roberts finished with 9 points. The Bradley transfer guard, 4 of 9 from the field, 0 for 1 on threes. Got to the line once and hit his only free throw, had 2 assists and a couple of rebounds. M.A. Moncrief finished with 8 points for the Bulldogs. The Oklahoma State transfer went 3 of 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and also had 4 rebounds in the game. Juice Holt had 6, 2 for 4 from the floor. He hit a 3 in the second half. Also was 1 for 1 from the free throw line and had a rebound. And rounding out the scoring for the Bulldogs, Kyron Lindsey with 6 points. Mardrez McBride with 2. And let's not forget about Jabri Abdul-Rahim. A cold shooting day for Jabri today, however. Only 3 points today. 1 for 7 from the field, 1 for 6 on 3-point shots. Again, the leading rebounders for Georgia, Bridges with 7 and Lindsey with 7. Dogs shoot only 31% in the second half, 2 for 14 on threes in the final 20 minutes, and that kind of skewed our numbers in a downward direction for the ball game. UAB had 4 players in double figures, led by Jelly Walker. Jordan Walker, transfer from Tulane most recently, goes for 30 against the Dogs today, 11 of 22 from the floor. He was 5 for 14 on threes, perfect from the line, 3 for 3 with his free throws, had 5 assists and 4 rebounds. The other players in double figures for the Blazers today were Eric Gaines. He had 14 points for the team from Birmingham. Gaines, a transfer from LSU, and his hometown is Lithonia, Georgia. And then K.J. Buffin, the Ole Miss transfer, finished with 11 points. He had 3 rebounds. Ladarius Brewer, one of 2 Brewer brothers on this team, had 10 points to go with 5 boards. The big guy in the middle, Trey Jemison, the Clemson transfer at 6'11 and 260, finished with 9 points and 9 rebounds. He was the leading rebounder in the ball game today. And the rest of the scoring for UAB, Ty Brewer finished with 6 points. Javian Davis had 5, and Taven Lovin finished with 2 for the Blazers, as the Brewer brothers in my head, but the Blazers win at 87-73. That was our final from Daytona Beach today. So UAB now 4-1, Georgia now 4-2 for the year. And again, up next for the Bulldogs will be East Tennessee State back at Stegman Coliseum in Athens, a 1 o'clock game on Sunday afternoon at Stegman, 12:35 airtime here along the Bulldogs Sports Network, as the Dogs try to turn it around and go back home where the results are usually pretty good. Mike White in his first season off to a 4-2 start, and we'll hear from the coach coming up in just a few moments as Chuck Dowdle has gone back to try to catch up with Coach White for our post-game interview, and hopefully we have that coming up very, very soon. We'll step aside for a few moments here, come back with the coach, and check some scores from today's tournament activity. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Again, the final, 87-73, UAB a winner over Georgia. More to come right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get it over. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/go dogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
There once was a nutcracker who crunched walnuts to bits. All through the holidays, he never quits. But alas, he longed for something more. A gift much better than this tedious chore. Until one day he saw in his nutcracking bowl, why, a holiday scratcher, straight from the North Pole. Nutcracker won millions, he took great adventures. And of course, he purchased some solid gold dentures. It's the gift everyone wants to get. Give holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions with Coach Mike White and Coach. First half, second half. You know, hot shooting is contagious, and sometimes when things go cold, it seems to spread around too.
You know, our competitive composure, our emotional maturity, winning character, whatever phrase, cliche you want to take, is not where it needs to be right now. Credit UAB, they've got to be one of the better offensive teams in the country, really at any level. They're very, very difficult to defend. They spread you the elite speed, post-up guys, screeners, good in the offensive glass. And we were pretty good in the first half. Not good enough. We watched a lot of defensive mistakes, not nearly as sharp as we were last night. The moment was a little big for us. You know, the opponent was big. Weren't as sharp as we were in the first half of last night's game. We talked about that, and we weren't as good in the second half tonight as we were in the first half. We went the other way, but credit those guys, big shots, daggers. We had a couple wide open ones early second half that didn't go. We had a couple missed layups. Now, are those excuses? No, you can't use those, but I can point to those things. That can't happen. You know, an empty trip cannot dictate your defensive energy and level of communication and urgency on the other end.
And to that very point, turnovers are also empty trips. Absolutely. A lot of times tonight, that seemed to generate points for them.
It has all year, Chuck, so far. You know, it's early, and we've gotten better, but 7 to 15 assist-turnover ratio gives you very little chance to win in the SEC, and this is an SEC-level team. You look at their stat sheet, and they're 18 to 7, and we're going to keep harping on it. We're going to do ball security drills every day. We're going to have accountability stuff in terms of holding guys accountable for turnovers and decisions in practice, because it's our biggest deficiency. Everyone this early in the season will screw up some execution, and we're no different. Although we're making strides there, and we've gotten really good on the offensive glass. Our confidence levels increase. We got several guys contributing offensively, but our ball security, our decisions are not where they need to be.
Is some of that still guys getting to know each other?
I think more than anything, Chuck, it's again that what I started this with, the composure, the poise, they go on a 5-0 run, their bench is yelling, I'm going to go make a play. You can't do that. You can't make premeditated decisions in this game. You got to take what the defense gives you. You have to take our shot. We have to make our play, not your shot, your play. We did some things that we didn't do last night out of character in terms of just being a little stubborn, you know, putting our head down and trying to drive a gap with 2 or 3 defenders or jumping up in the air, making a jump pass. And we know better than that. And our guys, again, we're ultra competitive. And in the moment, our guys don't always respond the right way. But at the next media or at halftime or after the game, I might quiz our guys and, hey, what do you think happened? And they know. We got erratic with some of our decisions offensively because of some of the shots they made. And, you got to stay the course, stay in the moment, be where your feet are. And we get ahead of ourselves. I think we got a bunch of guys that really want to win badly, but our composure with our competitiveness has to increase.
Mike, I thought Braylon gave you a lift
yes.
in that first half. Now, they made an adjustment, to try to keep that ball from getting in there to him.
Yeah.
But he really did a good job for you coming off the bench.
He did. Proud of him. He's an older guy that has struggled a little bit here as of late. In his defense, he hasn't gotten a lot of opportunity. And he responded. He was ready to go, and we called his number, and we had a feeling. He took advantage. He did a lot of really good things, and hopefully he can build on it.
Yeah, and I saw your bench respond to it. Made you feel good. And you got a few days off, and then East Tennessee next Sunday, but give you a chance to work on some things.
But we need a lot of work, Chuck. Yeah, so we'll look forward to getting home and getting these guys some rest. And 2 games in what, 20 hours or whatever it was, 18 hours. These guys are a little worn out, especially the guys that logged heavy minutes. But some positivity here too. As a head coach, I can be hard on ourselves and our guys, our staff, myself. I like to keep it very, very real and blunt. So there's some things, of course, that I've mentioned to you in these last couple interviews we got to get better at. But the positives are we come down here and play 2 pretty good teams. You get one, and you get a chance to learn from some of the mistakes you made against a UAB team that'll serve us well if we'll learn from them later on this season.
All right, we'll get home, and happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Go Dogs.
All right. Coach Mike White with us here, and we'll get it back to our Piedmont Healthcare studio now, and Luke Nadkarni, who's got the rest of the scores from around the country. Luke?
Hey, thanks a lot, Chuck. Luke Nadkarni back with you in the Piedmont Healthcare studios as Georgia falls 87-73 in the championship game of the Sunshine Slam, Green Light Sunshine Slam, presented by Discount Tire at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach, Florida. Dogs fall to 4-2 on the season. We got more for you on the Regions Locker Room Show, including a scoreboard update after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last timeout? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the infinite life.
Member FDIC.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that make this state incredible. From farmers to creators, manufacturers to teachers, to the dedicated staff walking our hallways. It's why we're leading real change in healthcare, to empower you through tools that make it easy to book in minutes, check in before you walk in, and have your health information all in one place. Visit Piedmont.org. Piedmont. Real change lives here.
This holiday season, BMW is turning give and take into take and give. Take delivery on a new BMW at your local BMW center now through November 30th, and we'll give 200 meals to families in need through Feeding America. Plus, right now, you can also take advantage of a credit of up to $3,250 on select models. Take delivery, give 200 meals. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
Georgia falls to UAB 87-73 in the title game of the Sunshine Slam in Daytona Beach as the Bulldogs drop to 4-2. Big second half from the Blazers allows them to take home the hardware. Luke Nadkarni back in the Piedmont Healthcare Studios, taking you through the remainder of this Regions Bank Locker Room report. And we'll check the scoreboard here, SEC and top 25. And one SEC game in progress, and it's also a top 25 team. Number 13, Auburn, down in Cancun, taking on the Bradley Braves in the first round of the Cancun Challenge. And the Tigers have a 27-17 lead over Bradley down in the Yucatan, 10:52 to play and counting in the first half. One final from earlier today, another tropical location, and an SEC team stays undefeated. LSU goes to 5-0. They beat the Akron Zips 73-58. Adam Miller scores 23 for the Bayou Bengals, and they will play for the crown tomorrow afternoon. Tipping at 8 o'clock out in the Maui Invitational, it's 9 versus 10. The 9th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks meet the 10th-ranked Creighton Blue Jays as those teams are looking to book a spot in the championship game of the Maui Invitational. More Maui scores featuring top 25 teams. Number 21, Texas Tech, hammers the Louisville Cardinals 70-38, holding the Cardinals to 22% from the field in the win. And the nightcap on the island, tipping at 10:30 p.m. It's a battle of unbeatens as 17th-ranked San Diego State battles the 14th-ranked Wildcats of Arizona for the right to play in the title game against either Arkansas or Creighton. There's a look at the scoreboard. Most important score as far as we're concerned. Dogs unable to get it done in Daytona Beach. They fall 87-73 to the UAB Blazers. We'll take a final timeout and wrap things up on the other side. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
You could save big when you bundle your home, auto, and other vehicles with Progressive. Now that we've covered something you could do, it's time for sports stuff you definitely could not do.
You could not have hit that field goal. Sorry, but it's true. 37 yards doesn't sound very far, but you'd be lucky to cover even a fraction of that. And that's in perfect conditions without 11 giant men trying to fold you like origami.
But you definitely could save big when you bundle your home, auto, and other vehicles with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Luke Nadkarni back with you one final time in the Piedmont Healthcare Studios as we put the finishing touches on Georgia's 87-73 defeat to UAB in the final of the Green Light Sunshine Slam. The next game for the Dogs will be Sunday the 27th when East Tennessee State Bucks visit Stegman Coliseum for a 1 o'clock tip. That'll be a 12:35 pregame across these same stations around the Peach State and beyond. Before that, though, join us Saturday bright and early at 8 a.m. for Dog Talk pregame with Jeff Dantzler and Kevin Butler. And then at 9, Scott Howard, Eric Zier, Lauren Smith, and DJ Shockley will join your host, Neil Hondo Williamson, for the Napa Tailgate Show. And then at high noon, Scott, Z, and Shock will have the call of Clean Old-Fashioned Hate, Georgia versus Georgia Tech between the hedges on Saturday. And one more programming reminder, there will be no Bulldogs Live or Bulldogs All-Stars this Thursday due to the Thanksgiving holiday. So East Tennessee State comes to town Sunday at 1. Georgia unable to get it done against UAB today in Daytona Beach. 87-73 is the final in favor of the Blazers. UAB is now 4-1. Georgia is now 4-2. That's about all we've got for you from the Piedmont Healthcare Studios. For our entire crew, consisting of producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, analyst Chuck Dowdle, and the voice of the Dogs, Scott Howard, my name is Luke Nadkarni. Everyone be safe, have a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for listening to this presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau. Always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. The proceeding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.